Do you want to keep your memory sharp? Do you want to avoid losing your judgment? Do you want to prevent dementia? The answer is simple. Reduce chronic stress. Start mindfulness meditation. Why does it work? This slide explains it all. Chronic stress disrupts your brain's cortisol secretion rhythm, the stress hormone, your body's alarm system. Essential for survival in the short term, but toxic when constantly elevated. Abnormal cortisol patterns attack your hippocampus. The hippocampus, the center of memory, undergoes structural changes. Neural branches shrink and function declines. At the same time, prefrontal cortex function decreases. The command center for judgment and impulse control weakens. Your decision-making ability quietly deteriorates, and the amygdala's reactivity increases. The center of anxiety and fear becomes hypersensitive. A state forms where you overreact to minor stimuli. This is a finding shown by many brain imaging and longitudinal studies. Not a hypothesis. A clinically confirmed mechanism. And this is reversible. 20 minutes of mindfulness meditation daily. 150 minutes of aerobic exercise per week. 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. These are powerful habits that support brain health. Today, let me show you the scientific evidence. How does stress affect your brain? First, let's look at the HPA axis, the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, your body's stress response system. Normally, this system self-regulates. Cortisol has a natural rhythm, high in the morning and low at night. Once secreted, it feeds back to the hypothalamus and pituitary, signaling enough is enough. But chronic stress disrupts this regulation. The circadian rhythm flattens. Constantly elevated levels continue, and receptor sensitivity decreases. The feedback mechanism dulls, and cortisol keeps being secreted. This is like your car's brakes becoming less effective. The accelerator stays pressed, speed keeps increasing, and your brain continues to suffer the consequences. Next, let's look at the impact on the hippocampus. The hippocampus, the center of memory formation and storage, and a critical target of chronic stress. Cortisol suppresses hippocampal neurogenesis. New neurons become harder to generate. The source of learning ability gets restricted. Furthermore, dendrites of existing neurons retract. Dendrites, the branches of nerve cells, shrink. Synaptic plasticity decreases. These are mainly morphological changes and can sometimes be reversible. However, when prolonged, recovery takes time. The numbers from neuroscience meta-analyses are clear. In PTSD patients, hippocampal volume is reduced by approximately 6 to 7% compared to controls. This is a structural change in the brain. The prefrontal cortex, your brain's supreme commander, responsible for judgment, planning, and impulse control. And chronic stress affects this area too. Stress hormone receptors, MR and GR, are widely distributed in the brain, highly concentrated in the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex, making them susceptible to stress response effects. Chronic activation alters the morphology of neurons here. Gray matter density decreases. Neural dendrites retract. Functional MRI studies have confirmed abnormal activation patterns. What's the result? Executive functions like attention, planning, and inhibition significantly decline. Your decision-making ability quietly deteriorates. And then there's the amygdala, the alarm system for fear and anxiety, the emotional gatekeeper. Chronic stress makes it hypersensitive. Interestingly, the amygdala shows different changes than the hippocampus. Reactivity to threat stimuli dramatically increases. Functional hyperactivity is consistently reported. At the same time, inhibition from the prefrontal cortex weakens. The brakes become less effective. The amygdala starts overreacting to minor stimuli. You begin sensing danger where none exists. A state prone to heightened anxiety forms. This is the path to anxiety disorders. The effects of chronic stress extend to neuroinflammation. Cortisol disrupts immune system regulation. Inflammatory cytokines begin to increase. IL-6, TNF-alpha, these inflammatory mediators enter the bloodstream, and they act through blood-brain barrier functional changes in endothelial, immune, and neural pathways. Through multiple pathways, inflammatory responses become more likely in the brain. Microglia activate in the brain. The brain's immune cells overreact, forming a chronic inflammatory state. This promotes amyloid beta accumulation in Alzheimer's disease. Recent research has revealed that gut microbiome changes are also involved. Chronic stress disrupts the gut environment and worsens brain inflammation through the vagus nerve and metabolites. This is the mechanism called the brain-gut axis. The research is clear. Strong psychological stress and stress-related disorders are associated with increased long-term dementia risk. Some studies report up to a 2.5-fold increase in risk. But there is hope. Let's look at brain protection strategies you can implement. First, mindfulness meditation. 20 minutes daily for 8 weeks. Harvard research confirmed localized increases in gray matter concentration in the left hippocampus. Structural recovery is suggested. The HPA axis normalizes and baseline cortisol levels decrease. However, understand that effect sizes and reproducibility vary. Second, aerobic exercise. 150 to 300 minutes per week, the WHO recommended amount. Walking or jogging is sufficient. BDNF secretion is promoted and neurogenesis may recover. Hippocampal shrinkage stops, and functional improvement can be expected. Third, sleep. 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Recent research confirms that the glymphatic system, which cleanses the brain during sleep, physically washes away stress substances and waste products. Sleep deprivation obstructs this cleansing. During deep sleep, cerebrospinal fluid circulates through brain tissue, removing amyloid beta and other substances. This is one of the most notable discoveries in recent neuroscience. Fourth, social support. Relationships with trustworthy people, moderate stress responses. Social support tends to reduce health risks. Isolation burdens the brain, connection supports it. These 4 strategies are powerful habits that support brain health and are likely to reduce risk. Now, let's organize today's key points. Here's today's summary. First, chronic stress alters brain structure and function. Significant hippocampal volume reduction is observed, prefrontal cortex executive function markedly declines, and amygdala reactivity increases. This isn't a feeling, it's measurable brain change. Second, neuroinflammation and the brain-gut axis contribute to dementia risk. The inflammatory cytokine IL-6 acts through blood-brain barrier functional changes, activating microglia. Gut microbiome alterations also worsen brain inflammation. Reports show substantial increases in dementia risk. However, dementia isn't determined by stress alone. Recent international reports clarify that simultaneously addressing multiple modifiable factors like exercise, sleep, depression, hearing loss, and high LDL is central to prevention. Third, brain protection strategies are actionable. 8 weeks of mindfulness meditation increases hippocampal gray matter density. 150 to 300 minutes of weekly aerobic exercise stimulates BDNF secretion, and 7 to 9 hours of sleep allows the glymphatic system to physically cleanse waste products. And trustworthy social support moderates stress responses and reduces health risks. These are powerful habits that support brain health and are likely to reduce risk. What will you change starting today? Share your stress management strategies in the comments. Thanks for investing your time today. This channel explores the mechanisms of the human body and the science of health. Evidence over emotion, science over trends, illuminating your path to health. Subscribe to the channel and let's learn the truth about your body together next time. See you next time.